Knott Scary Farm is back at it again with their brand new maze announcements today, the Grimoire. Along with the new maze announcement, we also got information on tickets, a behind the screams tour, and much more. Let's get right into it. What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to Exploring Attractions. My name is Scott, and you're watching your stop for all things theme park and attraction related. If you're new here, consider subscribing down below with those bell notifications on, and check out our brand new website, exploringattractions.com, and you can find everything else linked to our social in our description. That's right, everybody. Today, Knott Scary Farm announced their brand new haunted house. They announced Bloodline 1842, brand new interactive kind of blaster attraction. Well, now we know that the Grimoire is actually coming as a haunted house experience to Knott Scary Farm 2022. Before I start getting into the nitty gritty details, I want to play a couple highlights of the trailer. So since the Knott's trailers are so long, I'm not going to play the full thing, but I just want to, play it with the audio so you guys kind of get a backstory from Knott's perspective. So roll the trailer.
Okay, I have to admit this place is pretty stellar. Hey, what you got this old back? Oh man, bet nobody's been here for 100 years. Fun and happy. Totally just want to play for the Cubs one day. You're totally gonna need all the help you can get. Whatever, nerd. Sammy, find something cool?
Now, right off the bat, I just want to make a joke. I feel like this is Stranger Things screaming at me with Vecna and the head kind of turning to the side and everything. I know it's crazy, but I just wanted to make that joke. Obviously, this is definitely not that. But in fact, it's more of a story that spans back to last year for Knott Scary Farm. That's right, the Grimoire was actually a big part of Scary Farm last year, or at least in the specific location that it's going to be located at. So this maze will be located in the Mystery Lodge location, once home to Special Ops Infected, the interactive blaster attraction filled with zombies and everything. And you may be asking yourself, why do you know this? Why is this confirmed? Well, let me take you a little history lesson. Back in 2021, they had a show called Futuronic's Invitation to Terror. In the Mystery Lodge, there was no maze back there, there's no interactive experience, it was a show. Well, in the Invitation to Terror, they actually discover the stuff about the Grimoire, and right off the bat, as soon as they started doing their display, they mentioned that it's an ancient relic that unleashes all these different demons to the real world. So obviously there's a big debate on whether or not Bloodline was going to be housed in the Paranormal Inc. former location. I said that because the sets are so large with construction, so obviously it fit perfectly for an interactive kind of blaster experience, and that's why I think with the construction sites that we've already seen, the Mystery Lodge location is a lot tighter of an area. But I guess we'll have 100% confirmation on opening night once we're all there. Nonetheless though, we all know that the Grimoire is officially coming to Knott Scary Farm this year. The description reads, "Turn the page and enter the world of an ancient relic whose dark stories exist purely to turn your greatest nightmares into a reality. Enter the world of a mysterious spell book and escape the demonic creatures inside or be eternally trapped within." So honestly, right off the bat, I gotta say this is probably my favorite trailer that Knott's has put out this year. One being because they perfectly set up the Grimoire story, and yes, it's a little bit hard to pronounce, but that is how they said it in the Invitation to Terror show. And the second reason I love it so much is it perfectly sets up the rest of marketing for Knott's, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But real quickly, my thoughts on this brand new maze coming to Knott Scary Farm this year. I am so excited. I don't think I've ever been this excited. No, I shouldn't say that. Mesmar trailer is pretty good too, but it's just a prime example of Knott's keeps one-upping themselves with these different announcement videos, but they're more so just like trailers for a movie in real life, a horror movie in real life. I love the promo art for it. I think it's awesome, and I cannot wait to see this be brought to life. This story just fits perfectly with Knott Scary Farm. Honestly, if they had a location in the Camp Snoopy area, that would fit perfectly because it seems like they're on some camping trip of some sort. But it does make sense to have it in the Mystery Lodge location, seeming how it was first mentioned in that area as well. Out of the two new mazes this year, Bloodline 1842 and the Grimoire, I think I'm more excited for this one. I am excited for both of them just as much, but I think if I had to pick a favorite that I'm most anticipating this year, it'd be this one today, the Grimoire. I think that the Mystery Lodge location location is such a great location. It's held in various different mazes there before, such as Forevermore by Edgar Allan Poe, or at least surrounding the dark stories of Edgar Allan Poe, and other mazes like that. So I think Mystery Lodge is perfect for a maze theme like this, and I cannot wait to walk through it. Now, I mentioned the finale of this trailer, and why do I enjoy the finale so much? Well, I'll just let it roll.
What was that?
I don't know.
I think we should go now.
Uh-oh.
We're just gonna go, okay? So just please let us leave. Sorry.
So as we all know, that sets up Knott Scary Farm 2022 perfectly, starting on September 22nd and running until Halloween night, October 31st. But what does it set up? Is it just a sneak peek of what's to come? Well, no, Knott's actually released a little bit of everything today. First and foremost, I want to get into this Beyond the Fog tour, a behind the scenes tour of Knott Scary Farm. Now, actually, Rob and I broke this news on a podcast recently where we talked about how they actually have job posting for a Beyond the Fog tour guide, and I think that was like, I want to say a month and a half ago, so it was a big question on whether or not we're going to get some form of Behind the Screams tour this year. You know, that could have just been a fake job posting, or maybe it was a mistake that they cut last minute, but now we have confirmation that the Beyond the Fog tour is officially coming this year. Behind the scenes of Knott Scary Farm, an army of talented builders and creators work hard to make California's original and most haunting Halloween event a success. For the first time, you can pull back the veil of a lights on, frights off tour. Join us for a 3-hour behind-the-scenes look at Knott Scary Farm, where you'll learn the history of Scary Farm and take part in a walking tour of multiple Knott Scary Farm mazes with the lights on. This is something that I am beyond excited about, quite literally, beyond the fog. Knott's has never offered something like this other than to the media, and even to the media they haven't offered something like this for years and years now. So I think it's such a cool thing that they'll finally give fans the chance to actually walk through these different amazing mazes with the lights on and see the detail up close and personal. Yes, we can see the detail while walking through them during the run of the event, but you really don't have time to take it in unless you walk through it multiple times. Well, with this 3-hour tour, you'll have exactly plenty of time to do that and learn all the different Easter eggs that are going through these different mazes. And they did say that it's going to be multiple mazes, not just one of their favorites, and it's a 3-hour tour, so you gotta imagine with the span of 3 hours, there's going to be quite a bit. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there's at least 4 mazes that they take everybody. Now, it seems like there's one price, and it is during the day. Keep that in mind. Like, you can't do this during the nighttime, so you'd essentially have to buy a Knott's Berry Farm ticket and then buy the Beyond the Fog tour, similar to what Halloween Hornets does over in Orlando with the Unmasking the Horror tour. There's one price priced at $79.99, so $80 for a 3-hour tour, a once-in-a-lifetime experience that obviously only a limited amount of people get to do. I think that is so worth it. I was really worried when Rob and I were talking about the job posting that they were going to skyrocket the price for this, but alas, Knott's has put a very fair price at $80 for a 3-hour lights on tour. I think that's so awesome, and I cannot wait to check out myself. I'm definitely going to try to check it out on opening night, but if I can't on opening night, then we will for sure do it and report all the fun stuff to you guys later on in the season. Speaking of tickets, all tickets are on sale. So we have obviously the single event admission, we have buffet that's on sale starting from $45, which is like their character dining, and then they let you in early to all the different mazes in the backlot section, or quote unquote backlot, that's what I call it. They have Knott Scary Farm Stay and Scream, which isn't like early entry like you would think in Orlando. They're essentially saying like they have hotel packages to stay at the hotel and then Scream later on at Knott Scary Farm. Tickets are priced as low as $59, and obviously if you're a pass holder you do get some discounts, so the lowest ticket price comes down to $54. Alright everybody, but the elephant in the room of course is the fact that they are not selling Knott Scary Farm passes this year. There was a little bit of controversy last year as they were saying, hey guys, don't worry, Knott Knott's Scary Farm passes will be on sale, so if you don't have a season pass for the regular day park and you can't add it on, don't worry, you'll have time to obviously purchase a Scary Farm pass. And then tickets came on sale, there was no Scary Farm pass, everybody was mad, including myself, and now flash forward to 2022 to where the Knott's Scary Farm pass isn't even an add-on to the regular Knott's Berry Farm pass, let alone its own separate thing to the rest of the public. Now honestly, I think any haunt event not having multi-night tickets is just, they're losing a lot of business in my opinion. I think there's tons of people that want to revisit Scary Farm multiple nights, including myself, that are refrained from visiting multiple nights because they don't want to be spending on single night tickets every time they go. I mean, I would be at Knott since it's at least closer to me than Horror Nights, probably the same amount as Horror Nights or even more. I love Scary Farm so much and I think it's a great event. I just think that one of their cons is the fact that they don't offer multi-night tickets like they used to. And honestly, it's just a huge bummer as a fan. Like, it really is, because I feel like other haunts succeed in multi-night tickets so much. Halloween Scream San Diego, a brand new event, is doing a pass where you can go essentially every night of the event. But unfortunately, Knott's Scary Farm is not offering that, and I can't say anything else other than that. I don't want to get too deep into it. I just think that honestly, it's a little bit disappointing as a fan. But let's move on to that. Let's move on to all the good stuff, because the good outweighs the not, I don't want to say bad, but the cons for Scary Farm. We have plenty of returning mazes, including Mesmer's Sideshow the Mine, Waxworks, Origins, the Curse of Calico, Pumpkin Eater, Dark Ride, The Depths, Dark Entities, and of course returning Scare Zones, the Goring 20s, Ghost Town Streets, Carnival, The Hollow, and Forsaken Lake. Along with that, we have some other returning favorites in Puppet Up Uncensored, the Timber Mountain Log Ride, the Halloween Hootenanny Overlay, and the Into the Fog Scare Farm Tribute Art Show. Now, one thing that I discovered as going through the Knott's Scary Farm website, which is now officially live, it's no more just listed as an event on Knott's Berry Farm. They actually have the full Scary Farm website live where you can learn about Grimoire, Bloodline, all that fun stuff, and get all the information that I'm telling you guys right here on that website as well. But if you notice, there's a brand new chaperone policy. A chaperone policy just recently went in effect for the daytime operations, and let me tell you, it has been rolled out fantastically. Not only making it to where families feel a lot safer now at the park, but making it to where it's less chaotic. That chaperone policy will now be applied to Knott's Scary Farm, as if you are under the age of 17, you need to be accompanied by an adult of over the age of 21 to get into the event. And I know this is also a controversial thing about whether or not kids should be allowed in alone, but I think it's a great thing. I think that it's going to help a lot with operations and just making everyone feel safer, in my opinion. It prevents different fights that happen at Knott's Berry Farm, apparently. Yeah, so here's the hoping. I guess we'll have to really see how it affects Haunt and see how much it affects operations. Because if it's like 100% perfect, then you'd think that other haunts in different theme parks would start to follow that same chaperone policy. We haven't heard anything from Universal yet, although City Walk over in Orlando, they do have a chaperone policy, so here's the hoping that Universal and Horror Nights starts to take over that as well. But I think Knott's is doing a perfect job at kind of leading the charge towards a safer theme park environment and a safer experience for everybody, and I gotta applaud them. One last little thing that I want to cover, and we don't have an amazing look at it, we just kind of have the low quality version that they show on the website, but we also do see what the house shirt's gonna look like this year, with all the different mazes on the back, and I'm assuming it says Knott's Scary Farm 2022 on the front. You can actually add this on for $17.99. It's a little bit cheaper online if you add it to your ticket, and you can do different add-ons like Fright Lane and whatnot. This t-shirt, just from like seeing the little graininess of it, it looks like one of the best t-shirts that they've done. I definitely need to scoop it up because I think that Knott's merch is a little bit underrated when it at least comes to the different maze shirts, and I cannot wait to see it in person. And well, everybody, that's going to do it for everything that Knott's released today. They released a whole lot, and honestly, I heard a little rumor that there's going to be a whole lot more released later this week for the haunt world in Southern California, so I guess we'll have to stay tuned to see if those rumors are true. But guys, let me know down in the comments section what you think about everything Knott's announced today: the chaperone policy, no season passes, the Grimoire, a brand new maze. Just let me know down in the comments section below. And as always, my name is Scott. You've been watching Exploring Attractions. Subscribe if you're new here with those bell notifications on, and you can find everything else down below in the description. Positivity is key, and most importantly, remember to keep exploring. Peace out, everybody.